who caught your eye for the first timers, and specifically, how do you think Ryan Buchanan and Rod Taylor did?
Well, the first name that popped in my mind was Ryan. I thought he looked very, very comfortable. It didn't look rattled at all for his first SEC game. Some things that don't come natural came natural to him. I mean, we throw him in there and thinking, well, we just run the ball some, and the first two runs we call, he sees that he's got the outside screens and pulls up and throws them, and like he's been doing it for weeks. So he really seemed composed. He would, and he's hard on himself. I like that. I like that about quarterbacks. He missed a play there on the fourth down deal where they brought the house, and we had Jeremy open for a touchdown. He missed it, but it's not something we've shown him. I hadn't shown him that look, so I take as much responsibility, but it bothers him. So I really liked what I saw out of him. I thought Eugene Brasley made some really nice cuts on the run game. Rod Taylor played physical and fast. Doesn't always know exactly what to do, but there's no question he's an athletic kid that plays physical and fast.
You mentioned Brasley a little bit. Does he kind of earn some more looks or a different role in practice this week?
That's tough to say. I mean, it's not that the others play bad or poorly. We're blessed that is a position that we feel like we have quality depth at. We're not afraid to play him for sure. If there's something that we can get him ready for, I'm sure we'll look at that. I kind of lean on Derek for a lot of that, and we try to play to the strengths of our kids. But he did on some of the inside zone plays. He's very good at the jump cut that can bring it out the backside. He did that twice and looked really good doing it.
A couple of times in camp, you kind of wanted to see more consistency in pass catching from Quincy. Could you talk about his start?
Well, I'm really pleased. I don't want to jinx him, but he's catching it well, caught it with his hands. I think one of the best plays in the game the other day was the little stop route he had on the sideline where Ryan threw it to him in the corner, broke on it. It could have easily been picked if the receiver doesn't work hard to beat him back to it, and Quincy did exactly that. And I thought he's been very consistent in the first two games, so I'm very excited. We need him to play that way.
You haven't had a chance to talk about Christian Morris since he was declared eligible. I guess, how ready is he, and how do you go about trying to insert him into the picture now?
He's not ready today, but the pedal will be pressed all the way to the floorboard to get him ready to back up both left and right tackle.
Hugh, is this another game to be able to watch the offensive line? Played a lot of guys. Do you think y'all figured some stuff out up front, maybe some mixing and matching that worked?
I don't know if it's so much that as us just trying to get better at what we want to do and getting our kids. I want to say this again. Week one, and we still have a ways to go in improvement, as I'm sure most schools do. But week one, we did not prepare our kids properly for what they were going to see. So I don't put too much. I don't judge our offensive line on what happened against Boise. They were not prepared. They were prepared this week. There was some good and there was some bad. We've got to continue to work on them understanding what we're facing and getting better at their techniques. So, but there was a lot better things up front, and I think that Vanderbilt had a very good defensive line.
Coach, have you had a chance to look at the offense for Lafayette? It's like they got a quarterback split in several years, and they're rushing the football pretty well.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with what they do, having played in that conference with them. And, that their quarterback is very talented. They've got good talent around them, receivers and running backs and offensive line. They're very balanced, and they do a lot of the same stuff that we do. And we should be able to give our defense a good look, but. They're a good football team, no question. And they didn't play their best the other night. They turned it over and put them in some bad spots. But I know we'll get their best. And just a couple years ago, they went down and either beat Florida or had them right to the wire. from being in that conference, I know how it is for those kids to get a chance to go play in these arenas and in these games. I know that Mark